What's up, YouTube? Just coming in today, doing a little review after 60 days or over 500 miles on the Sur-Ron. And just thought I would talk about, my love-hate or the top things I like or dislike about the Sur-Ron and where I stand now with it. And why I talk about these things, I'm just going to play, the second third of this American Fork Trail that we did a few weeks back. So you can just watch that in the background and enjoy that. And I'll talk about what I think about the Sur-Ron. And so if you've been following me, earlier in the year, in fact, in February of 2022, I ordered the Nikon E-Beast. And I got that bike. I've been wanting an electric dirt bike for a long time. I talked about it for a few years, and when these Sur-Rons came out, I thought they were the coolest thing, but it just looked too small for me. And so when the E-Beast became available, I was starting to do a little bit of research on it, and my buddy Feathers ordered one and got one, and I had a chance to ride it down in Moab, and I decided to pull the trigger on that. And I had still not seen or rode a Sur-Ron at that point. So with that bike on order, I was waiting, and it was going to take like 6 months to come in, 5 months, just because of all the shipping delays and stuff due to COVID. So while waiting, I was doing a ton of research and looking at YouTube and watching videos of Sur-Ron, and I decided that having a Sur-Ron in the family would be a good idea anyway, just to have for me to commute and for the kids to ride and the wife. So I decided to order a Sur-Ron. And this is, mind you, months and months later after ordering the E-Beast, and I still didn't have the E-Beast. So after 3 weeks of waiting for the Sur-Ron, I got it and put it together. And it didn't take me long to realize that I made a mistake by ordering the E-Beast. This is a personal choice, and it's not for everybody. I think the E-Beast is a great bike, but in this video, I'll talk about why I think the Sur-Ron is a better choice for me, and what I think is the great things about it and the terrible things. So, first of all, it's small and not near as powerful as the E-Beast at all. Like, it comes stock, and it's definitely, not going to throw you off the back and go crazy. The E-Beast will definitely do that. It is 12 kilowatts, and in first gear, that bike just wants to stand straight up. The Sur-Ron, however, it's manageable, but the difference here is it's like a bike. It's like a toy, and it is ultimately a blast to ride. It is not even in the same ballpark. The E-Beast is a dirt bike, and if you were going to go to a motocross track or do some serious off-road action and hard enduro, that bike, better choice for sure.
Careful.
But for everyday use or practicality, the Sur-Ron just made a lot of sense to me. I was riding it every day, and this review is based on me riding it pretty much almost every day for 6 months and putting over 500 miles on it in that time. I mean, not 6 months, 60 days. So during that 60 days, there's a lot of things that made me fall in love with the Sur-Ron. It's super light, fun. It can pretty much climb way better than I ever expected it would, and do the things that I wanted it to do. Climb these trails, go places that the E-Beast is going. And I had to look back at myself and say, where am I going to really ride that full-size bike? And every time I thought about it, I'm like, I'm not really going to go. I'm done riding motocross. I used to ride the track all the time. And honestly, I'd prefer just a little pit bike motocross track with little jumps and little tables. That would be fun to me. But full-size stuff, I'm just over getting hurt and doing that kind of stuff. So the Sur-Ron definitely better choice for me there. Also just zipping around the neighborhood and playing with wheelies and the parks and stuff like that. So I'd say my number one thing about the Sur-Ron I love is just how super fun it really is, and it can't be overstated. Everybody I've talked to that's had a Sur-Ron or ridden a Sur-Ron can't believe how fun it is, and nearly everybody I've talked to says it's the best thing they've ever bought. And I'm included in that. My son, he's riding in front of me here in this video, and he told me, "Dad, this is the best thing you've ever done. These are the best bikes." And he's been ecstatic. He loves riding. So yes, number one, it's just ultra fun. Number two, things about I like it, or that I like about it is it's small enough that it can go with me on the train. I commute. It can go in the parks. It can go in the neighborhood. It can go on the roads. I'm not getting hassled by anybody anywhere, really. I don't even get side eyes on mountain bike trails anymore. So it's definitely doing its job there. And number three, I would say, like, the weight, the fact that I can still like pick it up on trails or move it around or easily get it in a car. These things are huge, especially out here. Like,
good, bro?
Perfect
okay?
timing. On this video, you can see the E-Beast tipped over here. And at like over 230 pounds, that bike, you got to lift it. It's just wears you out. It's hard. In fact, not too long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, I threw my back out trying to help one of my other buddies on his E-Beast. I was picking his bike up off the trail, trying to help lift it out, and threw my back out, and I was out of commission for a week. So those bikes are super heavy, and at 100 pounds of Sur-Ron, just over 100 pounds, it's just super light. And I feel like no matter how much trouble you get on the trail, it's not gonna kill you to get it out or do anything that way. And I like just being able to pick it up and throw it in the trailer or the back of the RAV or anywhere, really. When people see me unloading it, they're just like, "Oh, okay," he's just throwing that out the back of the trailer. It's cool. So yeah, the lightness, super cool. Number four, I would say, is the quality. Honestly, for the price, I mean, this is going to go both ways. This is also going to be on my negative side, but let's just say how good a quality it is for $4,400. I mean, my first one I paid $4,250. So for $4,250, it's a steal. Like, these are put together well. They are solid, and for being such a small, lightweight thing, and how hard I abuse this, it takes this beating and just keeps going. I'm not a tiny guy. I am taking this thing up steep hills, and it just keeps chugging along, and it's not dead yet. So number four on my list would be just the durability, and especially compared to like the Chinese electric that Feathers has, or mine that I do have now. It is just it's a noticeable difference in the attention to detail and the quality. These guys definitely were thinking of a finished, polished product. And I don't think that came with the earlier versions of the E-Beast. The newer E-Beast actually does look a lot better, but it still has some things that are just not quite there. But, so yeah, for quality. And let's think. Number five, I would say, is the customization. This is also going to be a negative. But being able to mod or customize this bike, there are so many things, and one of the reasons I decided on the Sur-Ron, because I even had a choice to pick a Talaria or the Sur-Ron, and I'm a tall guy, and the Talaria is actually bigger, but at that time there wasn't near as many mods for the Talaria, and I went with the Sur-Ron just because you can do so much. There's so many aftermarket parts coming out and mods that you can do, and everybody's making something for the Sur-Ron. So already I've put a decent amount of money into it, and I'm not stopping yet. If I can get this E-Beast sold, I will probably put more money into it on one of these. The other one I'm going to keep pretty close to stock, but this one that I'm riding now, I'm going to basically set up for this dirt trail stuff and kind of get it pimped out for that. So yeah, number five, things I like, definitely going to be mods and customization. So that wraps up the top 5 things I love and like
All right,
about
I'm
the
the last.
Sur-Ron. And in part 2, since this video is already pushing 10 minutes, I'll cover the top 5 things I don't like. And we'll throw that up against another trail video here in American Fork. So I appreciate all you guys for watching. Go ahead and give this video a like, leave some comments. If you're interested in any of the parts that I do run on my Sur-Ron that probably aren't even showing on this video, check the description and I have links to everything I'm running so far. And I will say that I did order a co-controller, so that will be here in a few weeks. I would imagine we can start doing some reviews on the co-controller with a stock motor and a stock battery.
What's that? Oh, I'm good.